Hello my dear students, welcome back to Learn Physics. In today's video, we are continuing with the revision topic which we were doing, that is projectile motion. The important formulas as usual I wrote over here. This is for range of the projectile, that is the horizontal distance which along the x-axis. Okay, horizontal distance is u square sine 2 theta divided by g, and total time of flight t equals 2u sine theta divided by g, and maximum height which is reaching us u square sine 2 theta divided by sine square theta by g, and y equals, that is path of the projectile is a parabola. Parabolic equation, what it will be, x tan theta minus g x square divided by 2u square cos theta, cos square theta. That is the equation for projectile. Okay, what is the path of the projectile, how we will be representing. Relating to all these things, we were doing numericals, and today we are continuing with that one. Today's first question is, an aeroplane moving horizontally with a speed of 720 km per hour drops a foot pocket while flying at a height of 396.9 meter. The time taken by the foot packet to reach the ground and its horizontal range is. Foot packet is reaching to the ground at what will be, it's the time required, and horizontal range we need to find out. The aeroplane is moving horizontally, so it's moving with a velocity of 720 km per hour, and which is at a height of 396.9 meter. And the time taken by the foot packet to reach the ground and its horizontal range. Time needed to reach the ground. How can we find out? It is moving horizontally. So initial vertical velocity will be equal to 0. Uy is equal to 0. Acceleration is equal to g, and h distance will be equal to 396.9 meter. Okay, so s is equal to ut plus half at square. When we are using, we can write it as ut plus half at square. So the time is root of 2h by g. So till this time we were doing all these steps and finding out. Now you can find this by heart it as t, time for in the vertical direction, root of 2h by g. Like that you can by heart. Okay, so no need to do all these steps. I am doing it over here because if anybody is seeing the video for first time, they should know how we are getting this value. For that purpose I am doing it over here, but while you are doing, if you are regularly watching my videos, now you would have understood that the height, while we are considering the height, we need to consider only the vertical component of velocity. So vertical component of velocity is 0, therefore we are getting root of 2h by g, therefore time will be 2 into 396.9 divided by 10. This will be the time required. And the horizontal range, how we can find out, that is the horizontal distance. Horizontal distance is during this time, use the distance covered will be, range will be equal to time into, that is here how much you are getting, 396.9 divided by 5 square root under root into what is that, distance equals velocity into time. Velocity into time, velocity is 720 km per hour, that one we can 5 by 80 meter per second. You will be getting the value of range. So here the range you will be getting it as 1800 meter, and this is nearly about 9 seconds we will be getting over here. Clear how we are finding out the range and total time of flight? Next is, a boy can throw a stone up to a maximum height of 10 meter. The maximum horizontal distance that the boy can throw the same stone up to will be. What will be the horizontal distance? Maximum height a boy can throw a stone up to a maximum height of h maximum equals 10 meter. Maximum height up to 10 meter it can throw. Then the maximum horizontal range that the horizontal distance that the boy can throw the stone up to. So maximum horizontal range, R max we need to find out. R max will be equal to, what is the maximum? U square sine 2 theta divided by g is the maximum, range of the projectile is R is equal to U square sine 2 theta by g. Here we got h as 10 meter. H is equal to U square sine square theta by 2g. We can substitute in that equation. U square sine square theta divided by 2g, that is equal to 10 meter. Therefore, we will be getting it as maximum height is 10 meter. That is, so the theta value sine square theta should be equal to 1. Then only he will be getting the maximum value. Sine square theta equals 1. That is, sine theta will be equal to 1. Theta will be equal to 90 degree. So U square by 2g, that is equal to 10. Here we know U square by g is the maximum value, right? So our maximum, our value will be equal to U square by 2g, we got it as 10. Then what will be U square by g? Will be equal to 20 meter. Clear? So the answer is 20 meter. Here maximum height is given sine square theta. The U square sine square theta by 2g is given as 10 meter. So maximum height will be, theta value will be equal to sine including theta value, that is equal to 1. Therefore, U square by 2g equals 1. Maximum range is U square by g. So we can substitute that value over here and find out the value of range for that boy. Next question. At the height 80 meter, an aeroplane is moving with 150 meter per second. A bomb is dropped from it so as to hit a target. At what distance from the target should the bomb be dropped? So at the height of 80 meter, an aeroplane is moving with 150 meter per second. Aeroplane is moving at 150 meter per second. At the height of 80 meter. A bomb is dropped from it so as to hit the target. At what distance from the target should the bomb be dropped? So from here the bomb is dropping from the aeroplane. Then it will be moving in a projectile motion, parabolic path it will be. This is the point of projection and it is the position of the target. So at what distance it should reach here? This distance only we require. Okay, so how can we find out this distance? Here we know this is 80 meter. So if we are finding out this distance, this horizontal distances, range we need to calculate. R equals U square sine 2 theta divided by g. Our horizontal range equals time into velocity. How can we find out the time? Root of 2h by g. 2 into 80 divided by g, I am taking it as 10 into u is 150. So here we will be getting it as 600. So 600 meter is the horizontal distance. But from the dropping point till the target, that means this is the dropping point, this is the target. What will be the distance between the dropping point and the target? This is the distance. So here we are getting that range value as 600 meter and we are getting the height as 80 meter it is given. So what will be the distance between these two? We can use the Pythagoras theorem and root of 600 square plus 80 square. Okay, 3600 plus 64. So here I'll do it over here. 36600 plus 64. 366400 under root. This one you can find out. While finding out the values, we will be getting it as 605.3. The value will be 605.3. This is 36. So 600 something we will be getting. Find the correct answer is 605.3. So now you got it right. What will be the distance from the dropping point till the target? From the dropping point, if we are till the target, you should consider this hypotenuse. Next question is, the horizontal range of a projectile fired at an angle of 15 degree is 50 meter. Okay, the range of a projectile which is fired at an angle is angle 15 degree is 50 meter. If it is fired with the same speed at an angle of 45 degree, its range will be. So if it is fired at the same speed, what will be its new range? Angle of projection is given as 45 degree. So the horizontal range is given as 50 meter if we are giving an angle of 15 degree, and with the same speed in second case u is same like over here only and theta is given as 45 degree. What will be the range? So here u square sine 2 theta divided by g, that is equal to 50 meter. So u square sine 30 divided by 10 equals 50. Sine 30 is 1 by 2. Therefore, it will be equal to 1000 meter. U square is 1000. So u we will be getting it as root of 1000. Now we need to find out the range, new range only we need to find out, right? So no need to find out u square. If u is same, u square also will be same, right? So r is equal to u square. U square is 1000 into sine 45 into 90, sine 90 divided by 10. So here you will be getting the answer as 100 meters. Okay, so the final answer is 100 meter. Next question. A cricket fielder can throw the cricket ball with a speed of v0. So he is throwing a cricket ball with a speed of v0. So initial velocity is v0. If he throws the ball while running with the speed of u at an angle theta to the horizontal. Next he is throwing a ball with a velocity u. U is the velocity which is making an angle theta with the horizontal. What is the effective angle to the horizontal at which the ball is projected in air as seen by the spectator? So he is moving with an initial velocity v0. Now he is running with a velocity u and making an angle theta to the horizontal. So what will be the horizontal velocity of the cricketer? So first we need to find out the velocity at what is the effective angle to the horizontal at which the ball is projected. Angle only we require. So initially he can throw with a velocity v0. And the cricketer is running and throwing the ball. So that velocity also will be included horizontally, right? So he will be throwing with a velocity v0. If the ball is moving like this, he will be throwing with a velocity v0. And here along with the horizontal it will be v0 cos theta and this will be v0 sin theta. Here he is moving with the velocity, initial velocity also. He is running with the velocity of u. Okay, he is running with the velocity u means that velocity will be added along with the horizontal. Now the vertical velocity is sin theta. How can we find out theta over here? Tan theta will be equal to u. Tan theta means opposite side divided by adjacent side, that is v0 sin theta divided by u plus v0 cos theta. So here you will be getting theta equals tan inverse v0 sin theta divided by u plus v0 cos theta. Clear? So if we are simply throwing the projectile, the velocity will be different. While we are running and throwing the projectile, the velocity, horizontal velocity will be getting added up with the velocity with which velocity he is running. So this is a different question and it is important also. Okay. Next question is, two stones are projected so as to reach the same distance from the point of projection on a horizontal surface. So we are throwing two stones so as to reach the same distance from the point of projection. That means the range should be same. Maximum height reached by one exceeds the other by an amount equal to half of the sum of the heights attained by them. Okay, the distance between the maximum height reached by one exceeds the other. That means when we are considering the heights, difference in heights will be equal to half of sum of the heights attained by them. Then the angle of projection of the stone which attains smaller height is. So here range, they are in two instances, the range is same. That is u square sine 2 theta r1 equals r2. I am writing it as r1 will be equal to r2. Okay, h1 minus h2, one is exceeding the other by half of h1 plus h2, sum of the heights attained by 2. Right. So here if we are doing this, 2h1 minus 2h2 equals h1 plus h2. So we will get it as h1 equals 3h2. Okay, h1 equals 3h2. We need to find out the angle of projection of the stone which attains smaller height. Here, what will be the value of theta for h1 and h2? For that they had given it as r1 equals r2. If r1 equals r2, theta, it will be angle of projection will be theta 90 minus theta. Right? So we can write it as h1. h1 equals u square sine square theta by 2g. I can write here h2. I can write it as 3 into u square sine 90 minus theta square divided by 2g. And 2g will get cancelled. U square will get cancelled. Sine 90 minus theta is cos theta. So it is cos square theta. I can take cos square theta at this side. Sine square theta by cos square theta equals 3, that is tan square theta equals 3, theta equals tan inverse root 3, because tan square theta is 3, therefore tan theta equals root 3, tan inverse root 3. Tan inverse root 3, the angle will be 60 degree. So the angle will be 60 degree, tan inverse root 3, 60. So one angle is 60 degree and the other angle is 30 degree. So which is the smallest angle? Smallest angle will be 30 degree. Okay children, clear? So these are some of the questions which we did today, and many important questions are there that is not of same type which we did in the previous classes. Okay, I hope today's video is useful for you, and if you like the channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Thank you for watching. Bye.